tell me about your what it feels like for you to be Jewish, how you experience your Judaism. Like, at what moments do you feel most connected to our faith, and then tell me about your decision to become a rabbi, how that came about in your life.
Okay. Each one at once.
Yeah.
Okay, I was born in a traditional family. From let's call it a mixed marriage. My father was belonged to an old Italian family, and my mother was a student coming from Romania, from Bulgaria, Ashkenazi family. She herself was the daughter of a rabbi. So it's very curious in those times when my parents married that an Italian, Jewish Italian will marry a foreigner. So the kind of connection that has been established in my family was very strange, even in this part of the Jewish world, because Jews in Rome live from so many years, so 2,000 years. So they developed a particular style of Judaism, and each kind of new arrival is looked at something very unusual.
Mm-hmm.
But this mixed origin gave me a particular approach to more open, wide open to the with relatives all around in the world, and this it means that you think to your belonging as a Jew, not only as historical belonging, but also to be a part of a very wide family all around the world. I got, let's say, a traditional education, not strictly observant. Then I went to study, I would say, casually, to the rabbinical school. In Italy, we have the rabbinical school, and you study the rabbinical school in the afternoon, and in the morning you study at the public school. So this was my, and I did all this kind of way in all the days of my study, because I studied in the junior high, senior high, then university, and parallel with this, the rabbinical school. So I finished together the degree in medicine and the rabbinical degree.
Wow.
And I started working as a doctor, just in the free time, as an hobby to be a rabbi.
Wow. So you had smicha?
Yes.
Wow.
But I still keep working as a doctor.
Wow.
So in my Jewish identity, I follow a very, now it's original, once it was the rule.
Right.
Once it was the rule that rabbi do their personal job, and a part of the day is devoted to the study and teaching and so on. Now it's very unusual, but with a lot of effort, I'm trying to keep this model alive. But the main activity of the rabbi is changed dramatically, because once the rabbi was simply a teacher or a judge. Now a rabbi in certain places is a social worker and a manager who have to manage an organization of services. It's very different. And also a man of public relations. This has been also in the past centuries, but depending on the places. In this place in Rome, it's a place of also public relations and so on.
So where do you spend most of your time? Is it
My work is spent half day in work in the hospital, half day in the Jewish community and all the services they have to do.
what kind of medical doctor are you?
Radiologist, diagnostic imaging.
Tell me about was there something you're studying to become a rabbi to get the smicha? Was it you were just studying because of the tradition of study, or you wanted to become a rabbi who would lead a congregation at that time, or was that kind of came later?
To lead the congregation was not absolutely my ambition. I was interested in the, let's say, the cultural aspect of the. It was stimulating, very much stimulating the cultural aspect of the. Just keeping. My father taught me a proverb in Italian who says impara l'arte e mettila da parte. It means you must learn the art and to keep in your luggage.
Yeah, yeah. To always have it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it was not with this kind of not to be a leader of a congregation, absolutely not. Just to be involved with. I was interested in research on Jewish studies. In the past years, I devoted myself a lot to research, publishing, and so on.
Yeah. What topics?
Different topics also. From manuscripts to studies on Jewish dietary laws, from the most traditional approach to the anthropological approach.
What is the anthropological approach to kashrut? Meaning,
You
like
have,
for health reasons, is that what you mean? Or?
there are a lot of studies since the many centuries. Now we call it anthropology. Now we call it cultural anthropology, social anthropology. Who wants to understand why?
Oh, yeah.
So I published a traditional book in Hebrew, which is called Noten Ta'am L'Shevach, which is devoted to the explanation of the reason of the kashrus law,
Interesting.
given in the tradition. Is it possible to write a book only on the explanation of this, not on the rules, on the explanation of the
Right.
rules?
There's a comedian in the United States, a Jewish comedian, and he says that every Jewish boy knows the disease trichinosis,
Yes.
even though it hasn't existed for years. That's what you get from pigs. But it's like, why don't we eat pigs? Trichinosis. So tell me, for you, what's special about Judaism for you? Like, what's the essence for you?
Well, it's very difficult to give an explanation in a few words. Let's say that for me is the special mystery of the Jewish condition, which is linked to a call from God to a people, a call to a special mission. So this gave us a particularity, which is our destiny, which is good and not good. It's very risky, as you say, dangerous, could be very dangerous. So it is a temptation for every day. But I believe in Judaism and the Jewish people as a kind of mystical and physical body which survives to every kind of situation because it's special links to God. Obviously, I cannot teach this every day, but I feel this as my part of identity.
Yeah. Speaking your own beliefs, not just theologically, what is your concept of God? What is, how does God manifest in your life?
I think this is one of the most difficult questions that I can answer, because I don't make theological classification or theological, even they are quite external to the Judaism, or the philosophical approach is quite external. I like very much to study Kabbalah, but I don't want to explain my words in the Kabbalistic terms. Let's say that it is linked to the idea of God is linked to the idea of Israel. I cannot.
I'm Israel.
Am Israel. Israel, I mean, of the people of Israel. And Torah. This kind of special unity that exists. So I cannot think about God without this kind of relation. And that, for me, this is the key of the problem. When I'm thinking, I'm not thinking so often, but when I'm thinking about God, I give more questions than answers. So the problem is to understand one of the keys of the Jewish thinking, of the Jewish religion, is not only that God exists, which is already a difficult point to demonstrate, but the God who intervenes in the story of the man. An intervention of God. So this is the most difficult thing. Difficult thing to think about. My approach is dramatical. It's not a quiet approach.
Do you believe God intervenes in our lives still, in your life still?
I am trying to explain to myself how this happens.
I've not studied Kabbalah, so I'm not at that level to know, but it sounds like there's some...
I am just a novice of Kabbalah. I studied by myself and so on. I think that is... try to understand me. The culture of the Italian Jews, even of the rabbinical Jews, has been influenced in the past century by a strong wave of rationalism. So everything which was Kabbalah and so on was absolutely destroyed. And it was like a vengeance by myself to try to understand what is written then and why they did want to destroy it and to keep it as an aberration of the Jewish thinking. It's first of all, it's an incredible wealth of the Jewish tradition.
Yeah. When I asked my father that question, because he's in the project too, he said, "What do you mean, my concept of God?" We had a whole discussion on the question of the question. Why do you think it strikes me as I do this project, and of course growing up in the South of the United States, that we Jews don't talk very much about God?
That's the problem.
Why is that?
Because we have a lot of things to discuss about. Our religion, you can, this is, let's say, with all the respect, it's a way of assimilation.
It's a way of...
Assimilation, to be assimilated.
Yeah.
Because we are transferring categories of thinking and behavior which are not Jewish into the Jewish field. We are thinking about Judaism in comparison with other religions, which is Judaism is original in its way of manifestation. The religious thinking of the Jews is not a thinking; it's a way of practice. So you have to deal with the practical way of Judaism.
Yeah.
All the theory is quite secondary.
Yeah. Is there a time or a place in your life, as you go about your life, where you feel most connected spiritually? You know, for some people it's different different times. During tefillah, you know, during while you're, you know, just as you think about your day-to-day life, where do you feel most connected spiritually?
I think that I can reach higher levels of spirituality in special moments, mainly of teaching and creating an atmosphere with the students around me. This is one of the experience. It doesn't happen very often, but it happens. Special gathering of study and so on.
Yeah.
This is the and seldom, more seldom, in special gathering of prayer, but it doesn't.
Special gathering of
Prayer.
But is there a specific tefillah that is most important to you, or that speaks to you?
Yes, but wouldn't know. I wouldn't. There is, but I wouldn't like to speak about it.
Okay.
It's a personal feeling that
Okay.
it's too personal.
Okay. What is your greatest wish for yourself or your family or for the community? You know, for us as Jews, what's your greatest wish for us?
Well, I could translate you the program of my activity. It could be I don't know what you want to learn. I have a responsibility, and the responsibility would be the wish would be related to the responsibility that I have now. That could be an answer.
Yeah. Yeah.
The main wish is prosecution, keeping the flame burning.
I'm sure you get this question a lot, but to your community public relations job, what is it like to be Jewish in a city that's so focused on Catholicism and Christianity? Is it, you know, is it easy? Is it more difficult? Or what is it like?
I always say that our presence here, which is an exception in the Jewish history, because we are here, we are the oldest Jewish community in the Western world, still alive continuously. So I believe there is a providential design under this. We have to witness the difference even in the center of which was once a very hostile world.
Yeah. When people see the picture we're going to make of you, what would you like them to know about you? Like, let's see, maybe a message to other people who see your picture around the world, or it could be to either what you stand for or what you want people to know about you.
So I didn't tell you enough.
That's probably a good one.
That's true.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.